Hello everybody. Now this is my updated Quad 5 mod to put the Bearcat wireless microphone on it. If you remember my last video, I made an adapter. Okay, this time, I was studying some stuff. I ran a orange wire off of the speaker jack and it's hot all the time. Okay, that wire runs up along the side, and then there's my white wire for my phantom power to my mic. And as you can see, it just kind of goes underneath. Now here's the big surprise. Everything runs into a 6-pin mic connector. Now how do you hook up a 6-pin mic connector to a radio that's got a little board on it? It's got a whole bunch of surface mount stuff in there. Well, I figured out the wiring, and I made it so I can come off the back side of the mic board. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let them little terminals stick out of that board. There, you can see them a little bit better. Little terminals stick out. Those are the same as the opposite side of the pins that go into this 4-pin mic connector. Now I've got black is shield, yellow is audio, red is PTT, and the blue is the channels. Okay, now I soldered them wires on the back, ran them down into the mic connector right there. And you can see my white and my orange wire comes up off the speaker, and the phantom power runs into this jack. Okay, now I wanted to leave that little piece of shrink wrap off of there. There it is. Until I took this video, I'm going to shrink that around them terminals. And I had to add a ground wire. There we go, because that little thing is steel and it bolts up to the housing, so I added a ground wire to go to that terminal, and I attach this bad boy right there on that screw with that ground screw going through there, just like that. I attach that like that, and that's just going to stay in there. It's not hurting nothing. You can put the covers back on it and everything. And if I wanted to redo this and put it back stock, all I got to do is just unsolder the wires on the back side. So what's unique about this is that there's one wire in this mic connector I don't need, and that's the channel wire. Changes the channels in the microphone. Well, what I wanted to do was make up, instead of an adapter like I did the first time, I put this, I'm looking through the screen trying to do this. I put that mic adapter on there, or that cable, and I come up here to this little box that I built. Now you can see there's the original mic connector for the Quad 5. The mic connector will go into that. I can still use it just like everything else. Here's a 3-position, well, that would be 3-pole double throw switch. When I flip that up, that turns that mic all on, turns all the circuits on. Here's the 6-pin for the wireless, and then that switch also turns everything on there, so you'd want to have every switch turned on. Now here's something kind of unique. I got a Sears headset that's got a boom mic on it and a little push to talk button on it. That plugs into that, and then a switch for that. Now here's the back side of this bad boy. Okay, I'll get this right here. See the 3 terminals on each switch? No, on each side. So when I flip that switch one way, that's taking the red PTT, the audio, And that's it on that switch. Yeah, that doesn't have any speaker wire in it. Okay. Now I go over to the other one. I've got the red, the orange for this microphone, or the speaker, I mean, and the PTT, and the same thing over there. Because these two jacks right there, man, it's hard to do. There and there have speakers in them. And the Quad 5 jack does not, but it has got the blue wire for the channels. Okay. Now, I've got to put the cover back on this yet, but I wanted to show everybody it. So every mic will plug into that. And when I switch one of the switches up, that'll turn each one of those mics on. That way I'm not getting any feedback through any PTT stuff or anything like that. Now, I'll show you the little boom mic. It's a little Sears gizmo. If I can get it. No, it ain't. Something else. It says something else on it. Comtech. My wife does not like listening to the CB, so whenever I'm traveling, I'm going to use this. Now, this thing originally came with a speaker jack. That does say Sears on it. Come on, focus. But the little speaker part of it came through this hole here, and it was wrapped around the same cable that goes to the microphone, and it plugged into the external speaker. Well, if you could feature wanting to use this and having to reach around and plug this into the mic or the speaker socket, it was going to be a pain in the butt. So this is now hardwired, and I went inside and did some rewiring in the little PTT, which is right here. I get it in my hand, and it's got a volume button on it. So this will key up the PTT. You talk into the headset, you adjust the volume right there. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. Now this is the little gizmo that the wireless plugs into. And it can lay anywhere. All you gotta do is be able to touch that button and turn it on. You plug that into the 6-pin. Come on, focus. Or touch the screen. There we go. And that'll work that way. Here is the original microphone that came with it. Channel up, channel down buttons. 4-pin. And then here is the wireless mic, which I have on a little lanyard I can put around my neck. And like that, okay? Now I'll make another video with all this stuff hooked up. But I wanted to show everybody what I did there. That looks kind of crude. There's that little mic socket just sitting inside there, but I don't think I could acquire a mic socket with the configuration I want, so I just protect it. Then my little switches. And now since all this audio is going to be hot, or the speaker, I'll be listening to the headset, and the external speaker is still going to work in the car. So getting back to my wife not liking the static, I'll put a toggle switch on the speaker to kill the speaker. I won't need it whenever I'm going wireless. Plus, I've got a headphone jack there I can plug a little set of headphones into and work that. So that's the scoop there. If I'm using the headset or the wireless mic, I'll be able to kill the noise out of the speaker by flipping that one way or another. So I've got to put that back in the car. So how's everything look? I know that looks kind of shabby, but what the heck. But with this, the speaker being hot all the time from that orange wire that I soldered right back there, I didn't want to hook it up to the jack part of it, so whenever you got a external speaker plugged into it, you'd kill it. So I wanted to make that live all the time. And I really kind of like that heat gun. You can glue stuff down and not have to worry about it. Oh, by the way, this is the program cable to program the radio. So I'll put this thing all back together. Well, I'll try it out first, make sure it's all working. Put the covers back on it. Put that shrink wrap around them terminals. Kind of go from there. I want to show you how I can have all these mics wired up and key the radio up and stuff. I probably wouldn't have had to go through all that trouble with all those switches, but you never know what's going to happen if something's back feeding or something, and it's just easier just to do it that way. Main reason why I wanted to run the original mic yet, and even if I run the boom mic, I can still have the original mic hanging off of my rearview mirror on my little mic holder, spring-loaded gizmo. I can reach up there and I can still change the channels even though I'm listening over the headset, the boom mic. I can still turn the channels through that because that's not, the channel side is not switched, the blue wire. If that makes any sense, and I can show you how that works too. Okay, I'll put this thing all together, wired up, and next video will be its operation. Thank you.